So, in a kind of accordance to, since it's the 4th of July and all that, I thought this would be kind of a fun video to do as like a quick video. In not so well, it was kind of a 4th of July movie for some of them. And that is, we're going to take the whole what if scenarios I occasionally do on this channel and talk about what would it be like if a predator showed up on Purge night. I did think this would be I was originally going to do this as a fanfiction idea. There really wasn't enough characters, and also, I'm not the biggest Purge guy, but but at the same time, I was like, wouldn't it be fun if a predator showed up on Purge night? You know, the predator always shows up in like a remote area or like its city, and like it has a code of conduct. Like it has like a set of rules and doesn't kill anybody, and doesn't kill anyone who isn't armed, doesn't kill anyone who is like young or innocent or something. So what would it be like if a predator showed up one night and it's the Purge night? And if you hear anything in the background, my neighbors are shooting off fireworks, so we'll just have to roll with that. Yeah. So what would it be like if you had like the predator show up on Purge night? Like, what would that be? What would that kind of really affect anything on Purge night? And yeah, so let's get started. So first and foremost, you really have to take into account that the predator does have like a code of conduct. It does have this kind of code, even though, as some people have pointed out, the predator honor code is more like guidelines. Sometimes it really does feel like guidelines more than anything else. However, the major thing you have to take into account is that on Purge night, everyone's a target. Like, everyone is... If you're out there packing heat, the predator is going to come after you. If a predator showed up on Purge night, would it go after people who are like being tortured and whatnot? No, there's no sport in it. Like, the predator wouldn't find the predator wouldn't find absolutely no sport in like killing someone who's already being tortured or something, because they're not armed. Now, to all the people who like would be running around with weapons, doing all the weird shit, the weird like Rob Zombie-esque shit, and for some reason in these low budget movies all act like just crazy people 24/7. Yeah, you're all on the Predator's hit list. It's not now. Normally, in some cases, Yautja do leave the young alone. Like, if you're a certain age, the Predator is going to give you a bypass. However, if tonight you're carrying like a machine gun and firing at someone, and you're going to be seen as a target, you will be the Predator will seek out a target. Now, the landscape could be anywhere. Let's just say like a random city, like some random big city like LA or something, that this one predator has shown up in during Purge night. I think the predator would probably show up during the day and probably like maybe take out some cops or some drug dealers or something, but it would probably also be hearing the radio waves on its scanner. And I think what they would do that night is, I think what the predator would do that night, when it's just kind of picking up on radio chatter and whatnot, learning about the Purge, I think it would get curious and then just stay later out hunting at night and staying cloaked, and then seeing people going out, shooting at each other, killing each other, and that's when the predator's like, oh my god, this is amazing. Like, this is like shooting fish in a barrel. Like, this would be just a hunting smorgasbord. It's kind of like how if a hunter just kind of stumbled upon a bunch of deer, like it just came upon like a herd of deer, or like the perfect, like, or better put, a fisherman just came upon the perfect lake and was just filled to the brim with just endless amounts of fish. It would just be like, oh my god, there's so much. There's so much. So needless to say, the predator would be just like a kid in a candy store, honestly. Just that kind of moment of, there's no rules tonight. Oh boy. So that's it. Now, we all know that the Predator has usually gone up against, like, you know, warriors and, you know, people it deems worthy. But, and, you know, in Predator 2, it did just fight a bunch of drug dealers and even killing a woman with an old lady with a gun and some thugs. There wasn't really, like, some, unless you're Danny Glover, then you're packed more with than the Punisher fighting a Predator. We're not going to talk about that. This night, Purge night, is something special in that there is, and special, and by special I mean, and once again I'd like to apologize for the if you hear any fireworks in the background, and by special I mean that the Predator is going to be facing people who have no training whatsoever. It's just a bunch of psychopaths who are just a bunch of right-wing nuts who want to just kill people for the sake of it. The Predator isn't going... Now, would the Predator find sport in that? That's a big question you have to really ask, is would the Predator find any kind of sport in killing these people who clearly don't know... Half these people don't know how to use a gun, and the other half is just a bunch of people looking for an excuse to kill someone of a different race. It's a thinly veiled thing in the Purge, but we still got to talk about that. Now... That's, like I said, that's the question. Is the Predator going to see enough worth to collect so many skulls? I think he would probably, like, what a Predator would do during Purge night is probably scope out and probably stalk several people and also several groups and look for the strongest in that group, or look for, because there are, like, places like people fighting to the death, or going out and just robbing places and looting. I think the Predator would probably skip over, like, looters and whatnot, and probably other people who aren't, you know, doing other unscrupulous things, putting it mildly, and just focusing on people who are out with weapons and basically be a hunter of hunters. Think of it like the Purge Anarchy, but instead of Frank Grillo, it's a Predator. And he's not looking for revenge, he's just looking for some new heads to mount on his wall. I also think the Predator would probably collect the masks, because masks are a big thing in the Purge. Oh boy, gotta have those big neon masks. Gotta really showcase those big ass neon masks. And I think he would take those as personal trophies as well, and mount them as much as he would take the skulls, and probably maybe take something else of them, like maybe a piece of their costumes or something. But I do think a Predator, like, if the Predator was hunting these people, like these Purge people, he'd probably be taking the masks as much as their skulls. I also do think that since a lot of these assholes on Purge night are just Joe Schmo who just wants to kill someone for the sake of killing them, and not like special forces or whatever, they're probably going to freak out and drop their guns or just run away, and the Predator's going to be like, fuck, come on, man. So I do think the Predator would probably be running into that several times over the night, is just kind of run into someone and just proceed to gut someone, rip their spine out through their back, and take their skull, just start roaring, look at someone else, the guy's just going to be like, and run off, and the Predator is just standing there like, come on, man, make it fun for me. But yeah. So, what do you think it would be like for a Predator on Purge night? Just comment below, let me know. I'm very curious to see what you guys have to say. I don't think I'm not the biggest, like I said, I'm not the biggest Purge fan, but I know, but I was thinking about this, and I was originally going to do this as a fanfiction idea, but then I was like, you know what? I'm not the biggest Purge guy, so I'll just so I wouldn't have enough to say about it. But as a what if scenario, I thought that would be a lot of fun. But anyway, guys, just comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in Multiverse.